All right. Day number 7 of studying leadership. I was tempted not to do it today. Right now it is 10:43 at night. And I said we're going to study it for once a day for an hour. And I said the only person who can break this is me. And I don't want to break my word to myself. I've done that enough in my past. So here it is, 10:43. I am sleepy. I'm talking about sleepy. Woke up this morning around 4ish. But when you make a decision, you want to start doing something, get it done, do it. You know what I mean? But we are in quality number 9, generosity. In the book, the 20, let me get that in there, 21 indispensable qualities of a leader by John C. Maxwell. Terrific book thus far. We're going to continue reading, picking up right where we left off yesterday. Didn't even finish writing this all out, so let's start with writing this out. Nothing speaks to others more loudly or serves better than generosity from a leader. All right. If you hear a humming, that is my little space heater down here. It keeps me warm while I'm reading. Usually don't have it playing during my lives, but not chill off down in this office today. All right. Nothing speaks. Oh, why am I doing this again? My vision is to have a church, to lead a church of 2,000 partners that work together to impact the world with the word of truth. My mission is to save souls, develop disciples, lead leaders. In order to lead leaders, I have to be a leader myself. So I'm studying this subject of leadership for the next 5 years, 1 hour a day. Today we are on week 7. This is a week in now. It's day 7. So there's 1,825 days and some hours in order to fulfill this goal. All right. True generosity isn't an occasional event. It comes from the heart and permeates every aspect of a leader's life, touching his time, money, talent, and possessions. Effective leaders, the kind that people want to follow, don't gather things just for themselves. They do it in order to give to others. Cultivate the quality of generosity in your life. Here's how. How to cultivate generosity. Number 1, be grateful for whatever you have. It's hard for a person to be generous when he is not satisfied with what he is or what he has. Generosity rises from contentment, and that doesn't come with acquiring more. Millionaire John D. Rockefeller admitted, I have made millions, but they have brought me no happiness. If you're not content with little, you won't be content with a lot. And if you're not generous with a little, you won't suddenly change to become wealthy if you become wealthy. It's a good quote. If you're not content with little, you won't be content with a lot. And if you're not generous with little, you won't suddenly change if you become wealthy. This bill is eventually done. Look at that. Already 7 minutes in, and we're already running. I said right now, like I said, I'm sleepy, but you gotta push through it. We have a goal. Number 2, put people first. The measure of a leader is not the number of people who serve him, but the number of people who come on down. Here he comes with the quotes. That's a good quote. The measure of a leader is not the number of people who serve him, but the number of people he serves. Generosity requires putting others first. If you can do that, giving becomes much easier. Number 3, don't allow the desire for possessions to control you. Don't allow the desire for possessions to control you. According to my friend Earl Wilson, people can be divided into three groups: haves, have nots, and have not paid for what they have. More and more people are becoming enslaved to the desire to acquire. Mm, mm, mm. My. For what they More and more people are becoming enslaved to the desire to acquire. Author Richard Foster writes, owning things is an obsession in our culture. If we own it, we feel we can control it. And if we can control it, we feel it will give us more pleasure. The idea is an illusion. If you want to be in charge of your heart, don't allow possessions to take charge of you. Wow. If you want to be in charge, in charge of you. Man. Number 4, regard regard money as a resource. Someone once said that when it comes to money, you can't win. If you focus on making it, you're materialistic. If you if you try but don't make it, you're a loser. If you make a lot of it and keep it, you're a miser. If you make it and spend it, you're a spendthrift. If you don't care about making any, you're unambitious. If you make a lot and still have it when you die, you're a fool for trying to take it with you. The only way to really win with money is to hold it loosely, to be generous with it and accomplish things of value. As E. Staley Jones said, excuse me, money is a wonderful servant, but a terrible master. If it gets on top and you get under it, you will become its slave. Number 5, develop the habit of giving. In 1889, millionaire industrialist Andrew Carnegie wrote an essay called Gospel of Wealth. In it, he said that the life of a wealthy person should have two periods: a time of acquiring wealth and one of redistributing it. The only way to maintain an attitude of generosity is to make it your habit to give your time, your attention, money, and resources. So just cool. Let me write that down. Told you I'm sleepy, but we're gonna push through this, huh? To maintain an attitude. Your habit to give your time, attention, money, I was thinking a bit about this today, earlier. It's like, why would you go online and study for an hour every day? Why wouldn't you just do that in the privacy of your own time or whatever? And I'm like, you know what? There are people who watch video gamers play video games. There are people who watch people cut grass and fix cars. Man, who cares what people think Just do what you have to do to accomplish your goal. And we're already a third down. See that? Richard Foster advises just the very act of letting go of money or some treasure does something within us. It destroys the demon greed. If you're enslaved by greed, you cannot lead. Reflecting on it. Are you a generous leader? Do you continually look for ways to add value to others? Are you giving money to something greater than yourself? And to whom are you giving your time? Are you pouring your life into others? Are you helping those who cannot help them, who cannot help you or give anything in return? Writer John Bunyan affirmed, you have not lived life until you have done something for someone who can never repay you. If you aren't giving in the small areas of your life, you're probably not as generous a leader as you can be. Bring it home. To improve your generosity, do the following. Give something away. Let me write this down. Find out what kind of people your possessions have on you. What kind of hold. I don't even know where I got all that. I must be sleepy. Find out what kind of hold your possessions have on you. Take something you truly value. Think of someone you care about who could benefit from it and give it to him. If you can, do it anonymously. Do it anonymously, even better. Put your money to work. If you know someone with the vision to do something really great, something that will positively impact the lives of others, provide resources for him to accomplish it. Put your money to work for something that will outlive you. Find a mentor. Once you reach a certain level in leadership, the most valuable thing you have to give is yourself. Find someone to mentor. Once you've reached a certain level in your leadership, the most valuable thing you can have to give is yourself. Find someone to pour your life into, then give him time and resources to become a great leader. Daily takeaway. When popular French author Dominique Lapierre first traveled to India to do research for a new book, he went in style in a Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow he had just purchased with a book advance. While he was there, he got what he needed from his book, The City of Joy. But he also received something else, a passion to help the poor and miserable people he discovered there. That discovery has changed his life forever. Now, he divides his time between writing, fundraising, and donating time and money to help the people. His attitude can be summed up by the words of Indian poet, not, wow, Rabindranath Tagore, which are printed on the back of Lapiri's business card. All that is not given is lost. What are you currently losing by holding on to it? What are you currently losing by holding on to it? Let's slide into quality number 10. Let's see what this one is. Initiative. You won't leave home. You won't leave home without it. Success seems to be connected with actions. Successful people keep moving. They make mistakes, but they don't quit. Conrad Hilton, hotel executive. Of all the things a leader should fear, complacency should head the list. Very good. One of the things when I get sleepy, I start to just me in here looking like a crackhead. Why say, I know you didn't say that. Yeah, I say that I'm sleepy. But listen, this is more important, so I have to do it. Once again, I'm reading the 21 Indispensable Qualities of a Leader by John C. Maxwell. Why am I doing it? Because I need to be a better leader. So, for the next 1,825 days, or we're already in a week, so I'm reading 1 hour a day or studying 1 hour a day on leadership. It can be a video, a book, whatever. I'm doing it because it's that important to me. When something is important to you, even when you're sleepy, just like I am tonight, you'll be like, hey, I got to get this in. Until I promise myself an hour a day. So if I can't do this, what else will I not do? So let's jump back into the book. Number 10, Initiative. Let's read it. So you gotta sometimes it's gotta do your own jumping jacks. All right. And we're almost a half hour down. See? Look. And I'm learning something. I'm putting things in here, learning to be more generous. What it means, hey, whatever I don't give, will it be lost? It will be lost. I like that. Or let's think, if you don't give it, it becomes useless. Because you can't even use it. Like you're not even gonna use it. If you hoard stuff, your gifts, your talents, if you just hoard it, it's worthless. And we want our lives to be worth. I hope it's not a word, but I'll make it up. Worthful, full of worth. And the only way you can become full of worth is if you give it to someone. Oh, okay. Let's jump back in here. Okay. Just another step forward. Kemmons Wilson has always been an initiator. He started working when he was 7 years old and hasn't stopped since. He began by selling magazines, newspapers, and popcorn. In the 1930s, at the ripe old age of 17, he decided to try a salary job for the first time, working for a cotton broker. He made $12 a week writing figures on the broker's price board. When a bookkeeping job paying $35 a week opened up, Wilson applied for it and got it. But when he received his pay, it was still only $12. He requested a raise and got one. The next week, he received an additional three. When he asked why he didn't get the same 35 as other bookkeepers, he was told the company wouldn't pay that kind of money to a 17-year-old kid. Wilson gave his notice. That was the last time in more than 75 years that he took a salaried job. Wilson made money in a variety of businesses after that: pinball machines, soft drink distribution, and vending machines. And he was able to save enough money to build his mother a house. What? Then, when he realized home building had a lot of potential, that's when he realized home building had a lot of potential. So he went into business in Memphis and made a fortune capitalizing on the post war building boom. Wilson's initiative made him a lot of money, but it didn't make an impact on the world. And not in 1951, that is. That was the year the Memphis businessman took his family on vacation to Washington, D.C. On that he learned a lot. He learned about the sorry state of hotel lodging in the United States. Motels had sprung up all over the country since the 1920s. Some were nice family places, others rented beds by the hour. The problem was a traveler didn't know much which he would find. Let's see what keeps going. He would you would never you never could tell what you were getting, Wilson recalled. Some of the places were too squalid for words, and they all charged for children. That made my Scottish blood boil. A guy like Wilson, who had 5 children, man, he was busy, really took a beating. Motels charge $4 to $6 a night for a room plus $2 per child. That tripled his bill. Could you imagine? You're paying $10, 14 to $16. What? I take that. Most people would have complained and then forgotten about it. But Wilson, always the initiator, decided to take action to do something about it. Okay, I gotta write that down. I like that. Most people would have complained and then forgotten about it. But Wilson, always the initiator, decided to take action and do something about it. Let's go home and start a chain of family hotels, he said to his wife. Hotels with a name you can trust. My goal was to build 400 hotels. His wife just laughed. No faith in her husband at all. Feel a yawn coming on, but it didn't come out. So we'll keep going. Here it comes. Excuse me. When Wilson returned to Memphis, he hired a draftsman to help him design his first hotel. He wanted it to be clean, simple, and predictable. And he wanted it to have all the things he and his family had missed, such as a television in every room and a pool. The next year, he opened his first hotel on the outskirts of Memphis. Its name flashed out front on a huge 53-foot sign. It was called Holiday Inn. Yeah. It took Wilson longer than he expected to reach 400 hotels. By 1959, he had 100, but when he decided to franchise them, that boosted the opening. By 1964, there were 500 Holiday Inns. In 1968, there were 1,000. Okay. In 1968, there were 1,000. And in 1972, a Holiday Inn opened somewhere in the world every 72 hours. Wow. Every 3 days, man. The chain was still growing in 1979 when Wilson stepped down from the company because of a heart attack. I was so hungry when I was young, Wilson said. I just had to do something to make a living. And when I retired after the heart attack, I went home to smell the roses. That lasted about a month. It's just too hard for an initiator to stop making things happen. Fleshing it out. In the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, I pointed out that leaders are responsible for initiating and connecting with their followers. Oh boy, did I almost fall asleep? I think I might have. Fleshing it out. In the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, I pointed out that leaders are responsible for initiating a connection with their followers. But that's not the only area where leaders must show initiative. They must always look for opportunities and be ready to take action. Okay. And be ready for action. Okay. What qualities do leaders possess that enable them to make things happen? I see at least four. Let's write that down. What? Mm-hmm. What is on my eyelid? Huh? Oh, it's the light. Okay. What qualities do leaders possess? To enable them to make things happen. Number uno. That's number one for those who are bilingual. They know what they want. They know what they had to push through again right there. Huh? Hey, we only got 18 more minutes. Can you believe it? Let's keep pushing to the limit because we're gonna win it. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, they know what they want. Humorous pianist Oscar Levant once joked, "Once I make up my mind, I am full of indecision." Unfortunately, that's the way most people actually operate. That is true. How many times have I said I was going to do something and then indecision took over my mind? Unfortunately, that's the way most people actually operate. But no one can be both indecisive and effective. Wow. It's definitely going in my notes. No one be both okay. And effective. As Napoleon Hill says, the starting point of all achievement is desire. If you're going to be an effective leader, you've got to know what you want. That's the only way you'll recognize opportunity when it comes. Knowing what you want, knowing what you want is the only way you'll recognize opportunity. Let's keep going. 15 minutes to go. Now, this has been a tough hour. Like, usually by now, I am. But, gotta go after it. Gotta go get it. My plan is eventually to have a set time every day that I do this. But I do not want to set a time and not fulfill it. So right now I'm keeping it very loose. I'm doing one time a day for 1 hour. So that means any time of the day, as long as I get it done. And I have made success for my life very simple. And I want you to do, maybe you'll do it too. Success for my life, as long as I do the simple things that I set out to do, it is a successful day. So right now, this right here, if I do this one time a day, that day was successful. Now, I'll probably add to that eventually because I'm getting back into my health, focusing on that. So that'll probably be another thing that I add into it where I read this once a day, go to the gym once a day, or work out once a day, and that will be part of my success. And different things like that. Right now, it's about consistency and commitment. Consistency and commitment to a goal that I make and I don't turn back. Because we've done that. I've done that so many times and I hate it. You know how it feels. You feel like, man, you're letting yourself down. So I don't want to do that anymore. If I say I'm going to do something, do it. Now, am I going to put the pressure on myself to be perfect during these 1,825 days? Yes, I am. But if something arises, I understand life happens, but I am doing my best. I'm not going to make excuses. All right. Number 2, they push themselves. There's an old saying, you can if you will. Initiators don't wait for other people to motivate them. They know it is their responsibility to push themselves beyond their comfort zone. And they make it a regular practice. This right here is pushing me beyond my comfort zone right now. Good morning. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Come on, keep going. They push themselves, okay? That's why someone such as President Theodore Roosevelt, one of the great initiating leaders of the 20th century was able to say there is nothing brilliant or outstanding about my in my record, except perhaps this one thing. I do the thing that I believe ought to be done, and when I make up my mind to do an act or do a thing, I act on it. What? Oh, I need that. I need that. I need it. Let's write that down. That will be said about me. There's nothing brilliant or outstanding in my record, except perhaps this one thing. I do things I believe ought to be done. And when I make up my mind to do something, I act. Looky, we almost there, Cookie. All right, number 3. They take more risk. When leaders know what they want and can push themselves to act, they still have one more hurdle. That's willingness to take risk. Whoa, that's a good quote, isn't it? Did you hear what he said? When leaders know what they want and can push themselves to act, they still have one more hurdle. That's willingness to take risk. Man, sometimes we just think we're doing enough. Man, I'm pushing hard enough. I'm doing this enough. And he's saying, it's not enough, buddy. You gotta be willing to take the risk. I know me, I like to play it safe, but I'm learning. I'm learning. I gotta write that down. I gotta write it down. When leaders know what they want and push back and can push past. So let's go with the exact quote and can push past. Oh, push themselves. See, look at that. Themselves to act. You would think that's enough. He says, no, they still have one more hurdle. One more hurdle. And what's that hurdle? That's willingness to take risk. Man, sheesh. Proactive people always take risk. But one of the reasons good leaders are willing to take risk is that they recognize there is a price for not initiating to. President John F. Kennedy asserted there are risks and costs to a program of action, but there are far less than the long range risk and cost of comfortable inaction. Man, President J.F. Kennedy, you over here giving out quotes too? Let me hear this again. There are risk and cost to a program of action, but there are far less than the long range risk of and cost of comfortable inaction. Wow, that right there. So it costs you more to be comfortable than it does to take a risk. Yeah. It costs you more to be comfortable than to take a risk. I need to write that down. It costs you more to be comfortable. Man, comfort is, I've always thought that comfort is a killer, but we like our comfort. I like my comfort. I'm killing the comfort zone. It costs you more to be comfortable than to take a risk. Now, why would you want not take a risk? Because you're scared of failing. You're afraid. What else? We're afraid that you're going to be embarrassed, that you're not good enough, that you can't do it. Fear will keep you comfortable, but comfort costs too much. That right there was a good quote. Number four, qualities. What are we talking about now? What qualities do leaders possess to enable them to make things happen? Number 4, they make more mistakes. Well, that one I can probably master. They make more mistakes. Man, that's a thing with me. I don't like making mistakes. That perfectionism issue will also keep you paralyzed. I would say perfectionism, trying to be everything perfect, and then comfort. For years, I didn't move forward because I wanted everything to be perfect. So nothing ever got done. Now I've been like, I just got to start doing it because it's on my heart. I have to do it. And since then, to this point, I've already done 100 plus videos online, even though I would rather have all the equipment, the nice studio, the microphone, and I'm slowly accomplishing putting all these things together so I can build it out. But I'm like, hey, just start it. Just do it. If they watch, they don't. If they don't, you can have all the equipment and still nobody watch you. And then you'll never even move forward. Okay, so they make more mistakes. The good news for initiators is that they make things happen. The bad news is that they make a lot of mistakes. IBM founder Thomas J. Watson recognized that when he remarked, the way to succeed is to double your failure rate. Wow. The way to succeed is to double your failure rate. That goes against all types of logic, doesn't it? The way you succeed is to double your failure rate. Even though initiating leaders experience more failures, they don't let it bother them. Don't let failure bother you. Don't let failure bother you. You need to write that down for myself. Okay. The greater the potential. Oh, my time is almost up. The greater the potential, the greater the chance of failure. Senator Robert Kennedy summed it all up. Only those who dare to fail greatly can ever achieve greatly. If you want to achieve great things as a leader, you must be willing to initiate and put yourself on the line. I'll probably start right there again tomorrow on number 4, because this right here was a good one. Initiating. You have to initiate. All right. My hour. We pressed through. We made it. It was tough. I wanted to go to sleep. I think I might have fell asleep once or twice, but we pushed through. And here we are. Done. An hour in. Day number 7. Gonna get it. Learning about leadership. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.